Welcome back to the top 100 things to avoid doing on eBay countdown. We're now down to number 71. And this one is around avoid using inappropriate language or images on eBay. So selling on eBay involves more than just listing items and waiting for them to sell. The presentation of your listings, including the language used and images provided, play a crucial role in attracting buyers and maintaining a professional reputation. Using inappropriate language and images can significantly harm your eBay business, leading to a host of negative consequences. This detailed examination will explore why it's essential to avoid inappropriate language and images on eBay, the repercussions of doing so, and the best practices for maintaining professionalism and compliance with eBay's guidelines. Okay, so we'll start with, excuse me, with the importance of professionalism in eBay listings. Well, building buyers' trust. Professional language and appropriate images create a trustworthy impression. There's maintaining a positive reputation. So avoiding inappropriate content helps maintain a positive reputation. There's compliance with eBay's policies. So adhering to eBay's guidelines on language and images is crucial for staying within the platform's rules. There's reducing negative feedback and disputes. So professionalism reduces the risk of negative feedback and disputes. Promoting repeat business. A professional approach encourages repeat business and customer loyalty. So, what are the consequences of using inappropriate language or images? Well, there's loss of buyer trust. So, inappropriate language or images can erode buyers' trust and damage your reputation. There's reduced sales. So, listing with inappropriate content can deter potential buyers, leading to reduced sales. There's negative feedback and ratings. So, buyers who encounter inappropriate content may leave negative feedback or low ratings. There's increased disputes and claims. So, inappropriate content can result in more disputes and claims filed by buyers. There's eBay sanctions. So, non compliance with eBay's policies can lead to penalties, suspension, or even permanent banning from the platform. So, let's look at a detailed examination of the importance and consequences of building buyer trust. Well, let's say a seller uses clear, respectful language and high quality, appropriate images for a listing of a vintage watch. The buyers trust the seller's professionalism and feel confident in their purchase. Increased buyer trust leads to positive feedback and repeat business. So the lesson learned is professional language and appropriate images contribute to building buyer trust, which is essential for long-term success on eBay. There's maintaining a positive reputation. So a seller avoids using slang, offensive terms, and inappropriate language and images in a listing for a designer handbag. The seller maintains a positive reputation, attracting more potential buyers. As a consequence, a positive reputation results in higher sales and a better market position. So the lesson learned is avoid inappropriate content helps maintain a positive reputation, crucial for attracting buyers and increasing sales. There's compliance with eBay's policies. So let's say a seller follows eBay's guidelines for language and images and ensuring that all content is appropriate and compliant. The seller maintains a good standing on eBay, avoiding penalties and benefits from the platform's features and tools. So, as a consequence, continued access to eBay's vast customer base and selling tools helps the seller achieve long term success. The lesson to be taken from this is compliance with eBay's policies is essential for maintaining good standing and avoiding penalties or suspension. There's reduced negative feedback and disputes. So a seller uses respectful language and clear, appropriate images in a listing for a laptop. Buyer knows what to expect and are less likely to feel deceived or offended. The consequence is reduced negative feedback and disputes means less time and money spent on resolving issues, allowing the seller to focus on growing their business. Professionalism helps reduce negative feedback and disputes, saving time and resources. There's promoting repeat business. So a seller consistently uses professional language and high quality appropriate images, providing a positive buying experience. The satisfied buyers are more likely to return for future purchases and recommend the seller to others. The repeat business and positive word of mouth contribute to long-term success and growth on eBay. So the lesson taken from this one is a professional approach encourages repeat business and customer loyalty. So what are the best practices for maintaining professionalism in eBay listings? Well, there's use clear and respectful language. So ensure that all text in your listings is clear, respectful, and free of offensive terms. Provide high quality appropriate images. So use high quality images that accurately represent the item and avoid any inappropriate context. Adhere to eBay's guidelines. So familiarize yourself with eBay's guidelines on language and images and ensure all listings comply. There's review listings regularly. So regularly review your listings to ensure they maintain a high standard of professionalism. Respond professionally to queries. So maintain professionalism in all communication with potential buyers. So let's look at the strategies for implementing best practices. So use clear and respectful language. Okay, ensure that all text in your listings is clear, respectful, and free of offensive terms. Use professional language and avoid slang, jargon, and offensive terms. Proofread your listings to ensure clarity and professionalism. Instead of writing, "This phone is super cool and cheap," write, "This phone is in excellent condition and competitively priced." Provide high quality appropriate images. So use high quality images that accurately represent the item and avoid any inappropriate content. Take clear, well-lit photos of the item from multiple angles. Avoid using images with inappropriate backgrounds or content. For an example, for a listing of a dress, include clear images of the front, the back, and close-up shots of details like fabric and stitching. Adhere to eBay's guidelines. So familiarize yourself with eBay's guidelines on language and images and ensure all listings comply. Review eBay's guidelines regularly and ensure that all the listings meet the current standards. Ensure that your language is respectful and images are free from offensive content, in line with eBay's policies. So review the listings regularly. So regularly review your listings to ensure they maintain a high standard of professionalism. Set a schedule, whether it be monthly, weekly, to review your listings and make necessary updates to maintain professionalism. So for an example, conduct a monthly audit of your listings to ensure they use professional language and appropriate images. Respond professionally to queries. So maintain professionalism in all communication with potential buyers. Use respectful and clear language in all messages and responses to buyers' queries. So for an example, instead of responding to a query with, "It's in the listing, did you read?" respond with, "Thank you for your question. Please refer to the listing for detailed information, or let me know if you have any specific queries." There's eBay's policies and guidelines on language and images. So eBay has specific policies and guidelines regarding the language and images used in listings to ensure a safe and professional marketplace for buyers and sellers. There's eBay's language requirements. So eBay requires that all language used in listings be clear, respectful, and free of offensive or inappropriate terms. Listings that violate these guidelines may be removed and sellers may face penalties. So eBay's image requirements. Well, eBay requires that images used in the listings be clear, accurate, and free from inappropriate content, as we know. Images must accurately represent the item being sold and must not include any offensive or misleading content. So let's look at an expanded examination of customer trust and satisfaction. So we'll look at in-depth customer trust analysis. So a seller provides a comprehensive listing for a vintage record using clear, respectful language and high-quality images. The buyers trust the seller's professionalism and feel confident in their purchase. This leads to increased trust, which leads to higher sales, positive feedback, and repeat business. So the lesson learned is professionalism in language and images is fundamental to building trust. Buyers are more likely to purchase from sellers who maintain high standards. There's detailed examination of customer satisfaction. So with this example, let's say a seller clearly states all relevant specifics for a handmade jewelry piece, using respectful language and clear appropriate images. Buyers appreciate knowing exactly what they are paying for, leading to a higher satisfaction. Satisfied customers are more likely to leave feedback and positive feedback and recommend the seller to others. So the lesson from this one is enhancing customer satisfaction through professional language and images can lead to a positive review and increase customer loyalty. So in conclusion, maintaining professionalism in language and images on eBay is crucial for building buyer trust, maintaining a positive reputation, and ensuring compliance with eBay's guidelines. Using inappropriate language or images can lead to a range of negative consequences, including loss of buyer trust, reduced sales, negative feedback, increased disputes, and potential eBay sanctions. By following best practices for language and images, sellers can create a positive buying experience, encourage repeat business, and achieve long-term success on eBay. Through transparent respect and adherence to eBay's guidelines, sellers can build a trustworthy and successful business on the eBay platform. Keep it real.